Alrighty, welcome back, guys. Just another quick video. This video is going to show you guys how to get your objects and your text onto VCarve and onto your Mosaic tile. Before you're able to do that, remember you need to have your brainstorming section done. So right here, your idea in your sketch, that is done on Google Drawing. And over here, you're explaining 3 facts that you researched about the area that you chose and why that area is special or important to you, okay? So that has to be done before you can get onto VCarve. But to jump onto VCarve, that's going to be on the desktop computers, and it's going to be right here. It's going to say VCarve desktop. It's either going to be 10.0, 10.5, or 11.0. Okay, you're going to open that up, and you're going to create a new file, which is right here. So this side over here is what's going to be important. Our Mosaic tiles are 5.875 inches in width by 5.875 inches in height, and it is 0.25 or a quarter of an inch thick. We always want to make sure that the datum position is down in the lower left-hand corner. Normally defaults that, so you shouldn't have to change that. And then we're just going to click OK. We don't need to worry about that it's two-tone HDPE. It doesn't matter because we're going to be setting up things in VCarve a little bit later that show and tell the machine what the material is and how deep it's supposed to go. Okay, so remember your tile needs to have 3 things on it that tell about the area or building or whatever you chose. It needs to tell about 3 things. It also needs to have the name of it. So for text, you can use this text box right over here. So I'm going to click Draw Text. It brings up a little box. I'm just going to write Fox River, and I'm going to put middle school underneath it. Okay. The big thing about this, let's move it over really quick for you, is that we're working with a really small area. So we want to have some font that is very bold. So I'm going to bold this up. And I'm actually going to change it to something like this. We want thicker lines because we're using a bit that is like 1.5 millimeters. So we want to make sure it's nice and thick. I'm going to center it. You don't have to center it, but I just like to center it. I'm going to drop it down over here. And I'm going to click Close. So now that I have my, my text in here, I'm going to go over to Toolpaths, which is right up here. And for my text, I could do an outline or a pocket. And I want all of this space inside the pink lines gone. So I'm going to click Pocket. If you want the bit to follow the pink line and leave space inside, you're going to click on Profile. I'm going to click Pocket. Okay. Over here, we have a start depth, and we're going to leave it up at 0. Cut depth, I'm going to say 0.1. I'm going to actually say 0.1 would be fine. And then we need to change this end mill from a 1/4 inch or whatever it says on yours to the correct one. So I'm going to click Select, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go down to Metric Tools, and there should be a 1.5 millimeter. If there's not, I would have to come over and help you set it up, but there should be. So I'm going to click Select, and that will go away. I'll just click on this to bring it back out. I'm going to move this over here, and again, that goes away. And I'm going to name this as my text. Okay, good. Then I'm going to click Calculate. And if it says this, just say Continue anyway. Sometimes it'll do that. And click again on Toolpaths. I'm going to preview this by pushing the play, and it looks good. So my next thing I need to do is I'm going to go back to my 2D view over here, and I need to import my SVG file. So if you haven't watched the video on how to import or how to change a file from a JPEG or a PNG to an SVG, you're going to need to go back and watch that other video. But so I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to Import, and I'm going to import vectors. And I guess I got to move this again. And I'm going to go down to my downloads, and there's my deer right here. Open it up, and it's going to be quite large. Oops. And if that happens, just select it again. That's okay. Come on. There we go. I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to shrink it down so it fits. And then this little piece here, I'm just going to delete because I don't actually need it. Select on this again, zoom in using my the scroll pad on the mouse. And then I'm just going to make this a little bigger. Now, this one here, I'm going to show you guys the different tool path. I'm going to click close on that. I'm going to click on the profile, which I clicked really quickly. It's this first one. And again, I'm going to change this depth to 0.1. I'm going to select my tool. I do not want a 1/4 inch bit. I want a 1.5. I'm going to select it. Go back here, give it a name. I'm just going to say my beer. I'm going to click calculate, click play, and that's what it'll do. Okay. The next thing, once you have all of your pictures in here and all the things that you need in here, you're going to want to click on close, and we're going to click on the save toolpath. This is the important part. You want to make sure it says visible toolpaths to one file and then select them right here. So it's going to do all of those. Then what we need to do is we need to change this to path pilot inch. Again, path pilot inch is the